Hi, Mike here. We're going to do the progressions for the slow walk on the spot exercise. So hopefully everyone's got the idea of walking on the spot, trying not to fall out, getting up to about 20. So the first progression is to bring the arms in. So it's opposite arms, and this starts using both sides of the brain. I went and got it wrong there. Do you see that? So because I was talking, I wasn't concentrating. So it's really important to try and maintain opposites. And if you're distracted or not concentrating, it's so easy to start doing this. We want this. And this mimics a normal walking pattern, which is what we're after in terms of improvement. Thinking about high knees and aiming to go, the next progression is to slow it all down. So we might be okay doing it like this for a count of 1, 1. Let's go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and even to 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Having to stabilize with the core, with the hip muscles further. The next progression is to start relying less on your visual cues, so shut one eye at a time. So we're no longer getting 3D vision, and this might make a difference. You might be better with one eye closed than the other, so experiment. As these progressions come in, start to lift the knee higher for each one. As it's harder, we start to maybe not lift the knees up as high, not to lift the knees for as long. So at each progression, you want to get back to about 3 seconds with a high knee and about 20 of them. Move on to both eyes closed. Far more challenging. Really having to rely on your balance, your coordination, your proprioception, the body's ability to know where it is in space. Much, much harder. So that's a really big leap, to go from one eye shut at a time to go to both eyes closed. And the next progression is we can add in a few holds. And by a hold, I mean we come up, and instead of putting it down, can you hold it there for a count of 5? And then put it down, and then the other side, count of 5, count of 8, count of 10, really working the stability through here. The next progression is to put some different head positions in, which makes the balance in the inner ear a little bit more challenged. So head over to the side. Can you still do it as well? Can you get back to 3 seconds, high knees, nice and controlled? Try the other side. Again, you might not be as good one side or the other. All the time with these progressions, maybe keep a chair close by, just in case you're going to feel a bit topply. You can do that with a neck rotation as well. So you're not using your visual cues as much, and you're just changing the ear's position a little bit, which is where the balance comes from. And the last one I want to talk about today is, in terms of progression, is to put in some accessory movements. So as you've really improved your control, your balance, your coordination, maybe let's bring a little bit more strength in. So we might lift up and then put a little squat in, up and then down, up, squat and down. So if you're quite high functioning at this, if it hasn't been too challenging, you can add these in and it will really work your strength. Sports like tennis, football, lots of balance, changing directions. This can be really useful. And then you can add in some of the other complicating factors onto that. So try and do that squatting. Might feel fairly easy. So try it with one eye shut. Try it with both eyes shut. A lot harder. And you can play around with all these progressions and mix it up. But that's the sort of progression that I would take someone through. Going from easy to harder, and at each level you can add in different components to make it even more challenging. There's loads more that one can do, but I hope that gives you an idea of how to work through the stages, hopefully get much stronger in the stabilisers of the hip, in the core, get our coordination better, get our balance better, which will enable us to walk more safely, avoid falls, or improve our performance at sport or around the house. So let us know how you get on with those exercises, and yeah, I hope you will see some improvement.